had been away. Haven't changed, had much to say. But man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking if you were around, how you was, where you could be found. Told them you were living downtown, driving all the old men crazy. The boys are back in town, boys are back in town. I said, boys are back in town.
Fans, welcome to AWA Apex Studio Championship Wrestling. I'm Josh Hawkins, and what a great show we have for you today. And at this time, I'm going to be joined here at ringside by the Cuban Commandos.
Let me tell you something, Jack Hawkins. I'm going to, you shut your stinky mouth when I'm over here. I'm going to tell you something. I've been waiting to get our rematch for the tag team titles. We're going to get it. I'm calling James E. Cornette, the commissioner of AWA Apex. We're going to get our tag team title shot. We're going to get our tag team titles back. And that's the way it's going to be. And I'm going to tell you one more thing, that we're going to prove an example here today and what true tag team champions are about. Viva la Cuba! Numero uno!
Well, fans, some strong words from the Cuban Commandos, but at this time we got some tag team action right here in the ring. Our first contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Team number 1 from Havana, Cuba, weighing in at 500 pounds, the Cuban Assassin, Sergeant Gunny Sims, the Cuban Commandos. And their opponents, first from Black Oak, Arkansas, weighing in at a combined 435 pounds, Dave Irwin and his partner, the Death Falcon Zero. Fans, what a lineup we have here, right here in our first contest, right here at AWA Apex Studio Championship Wrestling. At the ringing of the bell, we've got the Cuban Assassin and Death Falcon Zero right here in the middle of the ring, going for the first lockup here. And the Death Falcon pushing away the Cuban Assassin with full force. Two very, very heated teams between the crowd and everyone else right here at Apex. The Cuban Commandos, two of the dirtiest players of the game. And Death Falcon Zero right here with Breeze, part of the Grapes of Wrath. He's got the Cuban right here. Put him into the ring, and with a brutal shoulder tackle right there in the middle. Throwing the Cuban right in the middle of the ropes now. And what a clothesline from Death Falcon Zero. 1, 2. And he had a near fall right there. Right over the Cuban Assassin. Death Falcon Zero is looking great as he tags in Dave Irwin right here, and he's driving the elbow down right in the Cuban Assassin. Wrenching the arm, working the Cuban down to one knee, and now the Cuban's pulling the hair, pulling him into an opposite turnbuckle now, and driving his knees with brutal force. Right in the gut of Dave Irwin. Irwin reversing, and there's a beautiful back body drop from this big man, Dave Irwin. He's now stomping away on the Cuban Assassin now. Sending the Cuban into the ropes. And a brutal clothesline from Dave Irwin. Hooking the leg now, 1, 2. A near fall there. If he would have dropped down sooner, he may have had the win over the Cuban Assassin. Connecting with an armbar right there. And the Cuban breaking it up with a rake of the eyes. Sending him in to his turnbuckle and tagging in Sergeant Gunny Sims. Isolating Dave Irwin from his partner, the Death Falcon Zero. Gunny Sims working very strong on Dave Irwin right now, sending him into the ropes. And there's a brutal clothesline. Hooking the leg quickly, 1, 2. And a near fall for Sergeant Gunny Sims of the Cuban Commandos right there. Bringing him up. He's got the arm and driving the forehead of Dave Irwin into the boot of the Cuban Assassin. The Cubans tagged back in. They're holding him. And they're driving the fist into the gut of Dave Irwin, but now sending him into the ropes. And there's a big boot to the gut. That looked brutal. Hooking the leg now, 1, 2. A near fall there, absolutely isolating Dave Irwin from getting anywhere close to his designated corner to tag in the Death Falcon 0. The Death Falcon was fired up here at the beginning of the match. He was looking great. But now, using double team tactics, the Cuban Commandos have isolated Dave Irwin, and the Cuban has him right here in the middle of the ring with a sleeper hold right there, taking out every last bit of energy he possibly had left. Dave's found something inside, breaking up the sleeper. Cuban went for a clothesline but missed, and there's a brutal knee right in the gut, and now flipped over Dave right back in the middle of the ring. Cuban tagging in Gunny Sims now. Both of the Cuban Commandos in the ring, double teaming over Dave Irwin, sending him into the ropes now, and a double clothesline right there, taking out Dave Irwin. 1, 2, and still yet another near fall there. Sergeant Gunny Sims looking great over Dave Irwin. Absolutely capitalizing over this team of DFZ. And Irwin, they've got him back in their designated corner now. Not anywhere close to any kind of tag. And the Cuban trying the forearms into the chest of Dave Irwin, scooping him up for a big slam there. And he's got him for a pin. 1, 2. Another near fall by the hands of the Cuban assassin. Breeze over there trying to coach along Dave Irwin, trying his best to get some kind of adrenaline inside of this newcomer, this new man, with the Death Falcon 0. The Cuban's got him up by the hair, and now throwing him into the ropes now. And another devastating clothesline from the Cuban assassin. He's got him hooking the leg. 1, 2. Another near fall. The Cuban says it was 3, but everybody knows it was 2. And now he's once again connecting that sleeper hold, cutting off all the oxygen to the head of Dave Irwin. He's got it locked in. He's got it into a rear chin lock now. The Cuban keeping Dave Irwin right here in the middle of the ring with various submission holds. Irwin back up to his feet, driving the elbows into the gut of the Cuban. The Cuban misses the clothesline, and Dave shoots off, and they've clotheslined each other. Both men laid out in the middle of the ring. Look at the mess we've got here right now. The Cuban's trying to get up to his senses to tag in his partner. And so's Dave Irwin. Dave's tagged in the Death Falcon 0 first. Gunny's been tagged in. And there's DFC driving the blows into the Cuban Commandos. Capitalizing now. A shoulder tackle. A clothesline. And the Cuban Commandos are down. And the referee, he's arguing with DFC now. But the Cuban, he's got some kind of foreign object and he drove it into the forehead of Dave Irwin. And look at this. DFC's over in his designated corner. 1, 2, 3. That's it, fans. The Cuban Commandos have become victorious. I can't believe this. Using a foreign object to their advantage yet again to win over in tag team competition. What a matchup, fans. We'll be right back after this with Flex.
The Inkwell Body Art Emporium, tattoos and body piercings by Kate. Choose from thousands of designs or have Kate design one for you. Over 8 years of professional experience, safe, clean, friendly, and affordable. And we also have a large selection of body jewelry available. Southern West Virginia's most reputable body modification specialist. The Inkwell Body Art Emporium. Welcome to your new addiction.
Big savings sales event. The Home Show Beckley. We make owning your home affordable.
The staff of the Home Show Beckley made us feel like family. Purchasing our new home was easy and affordable. Thanks for making our dream home a reality.
Come in today and see how Home Show Beckley can make you feel right at home. The Home Show Beckley. We sell dreams one home at a time.
At the Home Show. At the Home Show.
Shane Storm throwing it full force into the turnbuckle. Face first to lay him out. Shane's trying to crawl his way up using the ropes. The Cuban's got him in control now. Shane Brock in the headbutt, that's up, and he throws the Cuban right there, full force, close fist punches. He's got him up to the top, and the fans are counting down with the close fist punches. Shane Storm dropping down, and he's following the Cuban at full force to the other turnbuckle, and what a back body drop. He nearly knocked the ceiling out here at the Studio Arena, the AWA Apex Studio Arena. And now Shane Storm, he's got the Cuban to his knees. Cuban reversing, throwing Shane Storm into the second turnbuckle there you saw. Laying him out, and there's the Cuban assassin stomping down. The Cuban goes with a close fist punch straight to the face of JC. The referee's distracted. There's a hot tag. Devin Davis is in the ring, and there's a big double clothesline. Devin has the pin. 1, 2. The referee was distracted. He didn't see the false tag. And they could almost regain the titles there. But the ref was still distracted over that. Devin Davis in the ring, in full control over young Shane Storm. Scooping it up now. Looks as if he's getting ready for a big body slam. Dropping the elbow down right into the sternum of Shane Storm. A near fall there due to that. Throwing Shane Storm face first into the designated Cuban Commando corner. The Cuban assassin, tagged in, stomping onto the gut of Shane Storm. And now the Cuban, with driving the elbow right back into the sternum of Shane Storm. The referee's distracted by JC yet again, and there's another false tag. Devin Davis is in the ring, and he's choking Shane Storm out in the middle of the ring. Team Gay came here with full control over the match, and now the Cuban Commandos yet again using those cheating tactics to gain control and dominate over the match. This is unreal, fans. And now Devin Davis using the ropes to his advantage to choke out Shane Storm. JC is wanting so bad to get into that ring to help out his partner, but there's nothing he can do. Cuban's tagged back in. There's a big fist to the gut, right in the rib cage of Shane Storm. He's got him crawling down to the bottom rope there. And the Cuban connecting with the snapmare, sending Shane Storm into the middle of the ring. The Cuban has got Shane by the hair and lifted him up. The Cuban stepping on Shane Storm's hair. He's about to rip every hair out of Shane Storm's head out. The Cuban now with the rear chin lock over Shane Storm. As you can hear, the crowd is livid. They want Shane to get back up to his feet to get that adrenaline rush. He's pushed off, throwing the elbows down in. The Cuban misses 2 clotheslines. Nails him with that second knee to the gut. That was brutal. And I think that knocked everything out that Shane Storm had left. Shane's trying to crawl to his partner. And there's the Cuban with a strong headbutt, knocking Shane Storm out yet again. And connecting again right there. Driving the knee into the upper back of young Shane Storm with that rear chin lock. Pulling the hair while he's doing it. The Cuban hooking the legs, and what a suplex that was. Goes for a quick pin. Another near fall. Shane Storm. Shane Storm nearly laid out over that suplex. A beautiful maneuver from the Cuban assassin. The Cuban goes to JC. The referee's distracted yet again. And Devin Davis is in the ring. Both the Cuban Commandos are in the ring. And now Shane Storm's blindfolded. He can't see what's going on. Another false tag. Devin Davis now. Knocking out Shane Storm. He had him blindfolded. And now Devin's got him hooked up. Looks like he's going for a suplex here. And he does! What a beautiful suplex that was! Devin Davis in full control over Shane Storm. Nearly a 3 count there. And there's Devin Davis with brute strength connecting with the sleeper hold. Or side headlock. Whatever you want to call it. Connecting now. And now the crowd is trying their best to cheer on young Shane Storm. To help him get back up to his feet. To get that adrenaline rush. To get the fire inside that he needs. He's fighting up, but Devin Davis slams him back down by the hair. Devin Davis tagging in the Cuban Assassin now. And Shane Storm once again laid out over in the Cuban Commando's corner. The Cuban Assassin has got him in a side headlock maneuver right there. Choking out all the air. Cutting off all the oxygen to the brain of young Shane Storm, but still yet, as you can see, he's moving. The crowd's helping him out, trying to get that fire inside. And he's picking up the Cuban to get over to his partner. JC's been tagged in. He's tagged in. All 4 men in the ring, though. And what's referee Monty doing? There's a tag. Referee Monty didn't see the tag. This is ridiculous. And there is a false tag from Devin Davis. Referee Monty didn't see that tag, but he's going to allow that one. Devin Davis got him with a gut wrench. Picking him up. He's got him set up with a tree of woe there and now hammering on the lower back of young Shane Storm. He's got him tied up here at the top rope. As you can see, Shane Storm. Devin Davis running at full force and driving the knee into the lower back. A near fall there. I'm surprised that wasn't it because Shane Storm, from that maneuver right there, you could suffer from temporary paralysis or full-time paralysis. You can cripple somebody for life with that move that Devin Davis used. Cuban Assassin once again tagged in, and still yet Shane Storm is laid out here in the middle of the ring. And now the Cuban's got him up by the hair, using the ropes to his advantage yet again. JC wanting so bad to get into the ring to get some action to help his partner out, his life partner Shane Storm. Reaching out the hand for a tag, but the Cuban not letting go. He's got him with the side headlock sleeper hold right in the middle of the ring. And now Shane Storm's back up to his feet, driving the elbows into the gut of the Cuban. Ducks the first clothesline. There's a crossbody into a pin. 1, 2. A near fall there. The Cuban running at full force with another clothesline. And now stomping down yet again on young Shane Storm. He had a quick breath there, a quick second wind, but it didn't last for long. The Cuban throwing Shane into the ropes yet again. Shane now. The Cuban didn't see him coming. And Shane, he's got him hooked. He's going for a backslide pin. 1, 2. Somehow the Cuban rolled out of that one and connects with yet another strong clothesline. And there's the Cuban punching out JC yet again. And the Cuban once again with a false tag. Devin Davis is in the ring here. And he's choking out Shane Storm right here on the ropes. Referee Monty needs to pay some kind of attention to the match that's going on. This match should have been thrown away from the start. I'm fed up to see the Cuban Commandos do what they do each and every week to retain those titles. They've done the same thing that they've done to Team Gay over and over again. And as you can see, it's in full effect yet again. Devin Davis hooking up for a suplex, but Shane reverses into a schoolboy. A near fall, but the Cuban broke up the pin. JC's back into the ring. The false tag, Devin Davis running it back into his corner. There's the Cuban. Hooking up for the suplex. A beautiful suplex that is. 1, 2. Another near fall, but still yet Shane Storm can find some kind of fire inside to kick out of those pins. Trying his best to tag in his partner. Maybe then they can find the offense that they need to gain control yet again over the Cuban Commandos. But there's a Cuban Assassin biting down on the face of Shane Storm. This is unreal. The crowd here is angry as I am to see what's going on. I can't believe what's happening here. Shane Storm crawling back up to his feet. And now the Cuban's throwing him into the ropes. Shane ducks a first clothesline. And there's a double clothesline. They laid each other around right here in the middle of the ring. And now it's a race in time to see who can tag in their partners first. The Cuban quickly crawling over to his corner first. He tags in Devin. And now Shane. Devin breaking up the pin attempt, the tag attempt there with the double axe handle to the lower back of young Shane Storm. Devin Davis driving the forearm into the gut and chest of Shane Storm. The referee's distracted yet again due to the cause of Devin Davis, while the Cuban Assassin was over there on their designated corner choking out young Shane Storm. The Cubans tagged in yet again. And still yet in full control over Shane Storm here. Scooping up for a big slam. And now it looks as if the Cuban Assassin is going to the second rope to drive the fist out. He misses the big elbow. And now Shane Storm is just inches away from tagging in his partner, gorgeous JC Lynch. Once again, we have a race in time. And there's the Cuban dropping the fist back into JC. The referee once again distracted. And there's another false tag. Devin Davis is in the ring. We get another double axe handle punch to the kidney section of young Shane Storm. The kidneys were exposed on that. And that has got to wear down Shane Storm to nothingness. Devin Davis had him in some kind of chokehold there in the middle of the ring. Setting him up there to almost like a camel clutch, but he's choking him out. And the referee had to pull him off of that one. Devin Davis tagging in the Cuban Assassin now. The Cuban's got Shane Storm by the hair, and now dropping the fist right under the chin with a big uppercut on the Shane Storm. The Cuban with a snapmare there on Shane's laid out. Right again. The Cuban has him with another rear chin lock. And now the Cuban's just teasing JC. JC wants it so bad. But if he jumps out again, the referee will get distracted. And that'll open it up for the Cuban Commandos to use another cheat tactic. Team K has their hands tied in this match. But Shane quickly back up to his feet. Shoving the elbows in. Close fist punches on the Cuban. He's fighting his way back, but there's Cuban with the poke to the eyes. Blinding Shane Storm for temporarily. And there's the Cuban up to the top rope. Shane knocks the ropes and lays out the Cuban. He fell from the top rope straight back onto his back. And there's Shane Storm crawling next to his partner. Gorgeous JC Lynch. Can he do it? There's the tag, fans. Devin Davis was tagged in. JC's been tagged in. And it's on. JC's on fire. A double double axe handle to the back for the Cuban while JC was taking down Devin Davis. Shane Storm's back up to his feet. He's hammering on Devin now. JC and the Cuban. We've got a brawl here, all 4 men in the ring. There's the Cubans now quickly getting control. The Cuban Assassin now. And Devin Davis, they've got him over into the turnbuckles. Devin is choking down Shane Storm with his boot. They're gonna throw them together, but Team Game Reverse is laying out. The Cuban Commandos, and they're going for it. They've got Devin Davis hooked for the over the rainbow. Cuban Assassin, there it is. 1, 2. We almost had new champions, but the Cuban Assassin broke up the pin and he threw Shane Storm out of the ring. And there's Cuban pulling something out of his boot. And the referee sees it this time. He's grabbing the foreign object, and JC spearing down the Cuban Assassin, hammering down. Devin Davis had some kind of powder. JC's got the pin. We got new champions! Ladies and gentlemen, your winners and new AWA Apex Tag Team Champions, Team Gay! Our next contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit and is a TV grudge match. First from Havana, Cuba, weighing in at 215 pounds, Devin Davis. And his opponent from Planet Hollywood, weighing in at 235 pounds, this is Flex. As the bell rings, fans, we are awaiting the heated lockup right here. So much heat between the two. Flex and Devin Davis, they have actually absolutely been living with each other for the past couple of weeks. And Davis gaining control. Flex reversing, and with a brutal clothesline over Devin Davis. Another. And Devin up to his feet. Flex driving the fist and into the ropes now. And what a brutal clothesline that was. Nearly taking out the ceiling right here at the AWA Apex Studio Arena. They're chasing each other around, and there's Devin capitalizing with his quickness, driving the double axe handles into the back and the boots in the back of Flex. Already some heated competition right here. This is gonna be an absolutely great match, I believe. Devin Davis working down on the thighs and knees of Flex. He's already got Flex crawling around the ring here. I can't really believe what I'm seeing. And now Devin Davis driving the elbow down into behind the knee of Flex, trying to keep him out of commission. Now Devin stomping down on the lower thigh of Flex. He's got him screaming in pain there. So much pressure applied into the knees of Flex. It's going to be hard for him to use those maneuvers. And now driving the knee down, straight into the mat. Devin Davis already gaining full control over Flex, hooking the leg now. 1, 2. A near fall there. It's going to take a whole lot more than just taking out the knees of Flex to get him out of commission in this matchup. Devin Davis knows this, and that's why he's trying his best to weaken him, especially with that blow to the knees right there. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Devin Davis in full control over the physical culture guru, Flex. Driving the knee down straight into the mat once again. And now Flex trying his best to climb up on those ropes. Devin dragging him away. In full control here. And it looks like he's suiting up for some kind of leg lock right there. Trying his best to blow out of his knees. Blow out Flex's knees. Flex quickly getting the shoulder up. 1, 2. Another near fall due to these submission holds from Devin Davis. Devin's got this leg hooked. Working on the knee, but Flex reverses. Pulling him out of hair and dropping the fist down into the jaw. The temple of Devin Davis. Flex is on fire, and he's going to have, the ref has to pull him off. But now, there's Devin Davis working on the knee yet again. He's got Flex reaching for the ropes. Flex somehow kicked Devin Davis away right there. That may give Flex a breather. But now there comes Devin Davis yet again with full force with a brutal kick. Flex trying to get back up. He's up to his feet. Devin's got him by the hair. He blocks the punch. Flex dropping the fist back in. He's got Devin in the turnbuckle. So weak with those knees. Flex knee just blew out on him. He couldn't finish. And now that gave Devin Davis enough room to come back and capitalize, but there's another, a diving clothesline from Flex. Right into the throat of Devin Davis. Both men are laid out here in the middle of the ring. It's all a matter now of who's going to get up first, and it looks like Flex is back up to his feet. But what can he do with that weakened knee? Devin's back up to his feet now. Flex is hooking up for a suplex, and what a brutal suplex that was. He almost threw him out of the ring right there. Devin holding that lower back while Flex hooks the leg. 1, 2. A near fall there. Flex quickly back up to his feet, and he's hooking him up for a German suplex. Absolutely devastating maneuver there from Flex. That could be it there. 1, 2. Still yet, Devin Davis has some kind of fight left in him. Flex back up to his feet now. Devin holding that lower back. And Flex has got him hooked for a scoop slam. Flex, Devin kicked out, hooking the leg. 1, 2. We had a near fall there. I thought that was it for Flex. The knee went out on him yet again. And now Flex laid out in the ring, holding onto that knee. Devin slowly getting back up to his feet, but Flex totally out of commission due to that blew out knee. And now Devin stomping the lower back of Flex, trying to keep him down the best that he possibly can. But Flex has that fight inside. And no matter what Devin has handed to him, he's been crawling back up to his feet. Flex reverses with a schoolboy. 1, 2. Devin was going for that Devin device right there. But Flex saw it coming. And there's another kick to the knee and the thigh on Flex. The knees totally blew out on Flex. And Devin Davis here, working on them, still full force, very strong. And now he's got him tied up on the ropes. He's got the ankle of Flex tied up on the ropes. Another cheating maneuver, using the ropes at his advantage. He's got Flex out right there. The ref is going to have to pull him off of those ropes. Not even giving Flex a chance for anything. Devin Davis is on fire. 1, 2. And still yet a strong kick out there from Flex. Unbelievable performances here from both men. Flex with blew out knees, and he's still getting back up to his feet. And now Devin driving the fist, and Flex comes back with a driving fist of his own. And now the guys are just trading punches. As you can see, Flex is hopping along on that knee, and it just went out on him again. Devin in full control. Flex trying his best to fight back with those punches to the gut. Trying to keep Devin Davis down. Hoping for the most. Hoping that those knees will give out at the most important moments. And now Flex sending Devin into the turnbuckle at full force. He's coming in up for a power slam again. And he connects this time. I believe that may have took it out as much from Flex as it did from Devin. Both men crawling up to the back of their feet. Flex is waiting on him. Devin turning around, and there's the hammer of the gods. Right in the face of Devin Davis. A stunning maneuver there, and he just absolutely laid out Devin Davis. Flex picking him up by the gut now. He's taking him up for the crossroads, and there it is, connecting. Throwing him around like a ragdoll. 1, 2, 3. There it is, fans, your winner, Flex. What a matchup, fans. Absolutely insane. Both men laid out in pain. We'll be right back with more Studio Championship Wrestling right after this.
The Inkwell Body Art Emporium, tattoos and body piercings by Kate. Choose from thousands of designs or have Kate design one for you. Over 8 years of professional experience, safe, clean, friendly, and affordable. And we also have a large selection of body jewelry available. Southern West Virginia's most reputable body modification specialist. The Inkwell Body Art Emporium. Welcome to your new addiction.
Big savings sales event. The Home Show Beckley. We make owning your home affordable.
The staff of the Home Show Beckley made us feel like family. Purchasing our new home was easy and affordable. Thanks for making our dream home a reality.
Come in today and see how Home Show Beckley can make you feel right at home. The Home Show Beckley. We sell dreams one home at a time.
At the home show. At the home show.
He's ready for him, Tony. Two exceptional athletes squaring off in the ring. And, of course, a lot has been going on between both men, David. We know all about it. And you talked to Manny Fernandez just before our break. He is a very angry man right now.
That he is. Watch him now. Iron Anderson, cousin of Ole and Gene Anderson, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. Good arm drag by Anderson. All right. All right, hey, he's... Oh, beautiful! Come on, got him! Anderson, upside down in the ropes. Come on, big boy. Watch him now. Right, you can't sell him short, though. Anderson, he's like any of the rest of them. He is tough. The bull, there you see Anderson.
No doubt about it, Arn Anderson, since coming to Worldwide Wrestling, has made quite a name for himself. And now they're going toe-to-toe.
Hold on.
Oh, a foot right in the face. Right there, David, you saw what a veteran Manny Fernandez, the Raging Bull, really is. He had really thought ahead of Arn Anderson at that precise moment when Arn thought he could flip him over with a feet. He stomped him right on the head. David, you know, you mentioned about a big man. We got a big man coming to Worldwide Wrestling. A very big man coming very, very soon. 6'7", over 300 pounds, the masked superstar.
That's right, and he is, fans, you've seen him. I know you've heard about him. The superstar, the masked superstar. He's a devastating wrestler. All right, Fernandez, the Raging Bull. He has that arm twisting. Anderson now. He's down, but you know he's thinking the whole time. We have two of the toughest wrestlers anywhere in that ring right now. Fight. Anderson gets that leg. Trying to drop the elbows. Good arm drag. Comes up. Arm bar. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The ball. Drops that knee. Again on the arm. Staying with it. Staying with that arm, Tony. Working it, working it. He's controlling that match right now.
There's no doubt about that. What he's really doing right here is really turning the tables on Arn Anderson, because, as Arn Anderson has been known to do, he's been a man that has worked on one part of the body, primarily the arm.
Yes.
So what here the Raging Bull is doing is turning the tables on the man who's the master at working on one part of the body.
All right, they come up now. Remember, coming up, you will see the United States Heavyweight Championship decided right here on Worldwide Wrestling. Wahoo McDaniels, United States Heavyweight Champion. The challenger, Magnum TA. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to go for a break right now, but we're going to keep the machines rolling, so if anything happens, we're going to show it to you. All right, we'll be back right after this.
Let's take time out for these commercial messages about the worldwide wrestling events coming up in your area.
See, he's still in that same position. Manny Fernandez still working on that arm. Slowly but surely weakening that arm to where Anderson cannot use it. Comes across. Almost. Wait, he's got his wrist.
Look at him holding on to it, David. I tell you what, this match has been well plotted out by the Raging Bull. You know, he's very angry at Arn Anderson. He could very easily...
He hurt his wrist.
He certainly did. Could very easily let his emotions carry him away, but so far, until this point, he's had control of the match.
Anderson now goes to work on the Raging Bull's arm. Remember, the Bull came off that rope. He missed it. He missed Anderson. Fell on that wrist. Anderson pulling at it. Has that arm bar tighter and tighter. Bull not giving up.
Notice now Tommy Young checking with the Raging Bull. We heard him say, "Do you give up?" I'm sure the fans are well aware that the Raging Bull is not going to give up right here and now. Look at the fatigue on both men. It's been a very, very difficult match for both of them.
They caught him. Dropped it. Moved it. Again, on that arm. Anderson. This is why he's a tough man. Anderson goes right to that arm again. Staying with it.
Every chance he gets an advantage, Arn Anderson takes that advantage to his benefit. And of course, the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez, not only upset at Arn Anderson, but of course, he and Dusty Rhodes just not too long ago lost those NWA World Tag Team titles to the Koloff.
That's right. And we'll hear from the Koloffs later on in the program. But Anderson, he's out to prove it. He just might be able to do it. Manny's down on that ring, on that mat, not giving up. But can he stand much more?
He is taking an enormous amount of punishment. You can see the face of the Raging Bull. Right now, he's just shutting out the pain, thinking of something else, trying to concentrate on anything but that arm. He's coming back, David.
But can he do it? Can the Bull do it?
He's up to his feet.
He hurt the arm. Let's see what happens. Across into the ropes. Bull drops down. Anderson. He knew it. That man is quick. As soon as he went over the Bull, he knew what to do.
For the third straight time, Arn Anderson has been one step ahead of him. And the end result, he grabs a hold of that left arm and tugs and pulls and twists once again.
All right, Has the bull lost it? Has he lost it, Tony? Do you think maybe that Anderson can actually do what he said? Could this be it?
I don't know. Let's see. Look at this, David. Oh, my goodness. Right into the top turnbuckle with that arm. And look here.
Again, on the arm, staying with it, pounding away. The bull can't take much more.
You're right. Oh, no.
Staying with it. The man that can control the match wins the match. The control right now is with Arn Anderson. He has the bull up hard. And what's he going to do? He's taking his time. He's up on that second rope. Oh, no! The bull caught him! In a desperation leap. Caught him with that clothesline, just about cut the head. Oh! The bull ready! Good job.
David, he has to use only one arm. He has to use that right arm only, but he's doing a great job.
Hard right hand. Carl Anderson. A knee across the head. The bull takes him. All right, he backs up. In the rope. He goes on the second rope. Holds that hand up. Drops it right across the head of Anderson. He's got it. Pounds away at the side of the head, Tony. He found him. He's had enough. The bull's had enough. Well, we almost gave up on him. He's there. So wait a minute. No, come on, Tommy.
I think he's disqualified the Raging Bull, David. I think Tommy Young, our referee, has disqualified the Raging Bull. We'll get an official word in a minute. That's right.
No. Look out, look out.
Oh, no.
And Anderson. Kick the bull in the back. Slams that arm. There's the Anderson move. There's the Anderson move. Staying with that arm. Working on it. Trying to break it. Again, he goes up. He has that arm again. Slams him. The arm is just hanging there now. The bull trying to move it. Anderson still pounding away on that arm.
My goodness, David, the match is over. There's absolutely no cause or no reason for this to continue.
Referee Tommy Young trying to pull the bull out. Anderson still doing everything he can.
Now we see another referee, Sonny Fargo, come in.
Saving sales event. The Home Show Beckley. We make owning your home affordable.
The staff of the Home Show Beckley made us feel like family. Purchasing our new home was easy and affordable. Thanks for making our dream home a reality.
Come in today and see how Home Show Beckley can make you feel right at home. The Home Show Beckley. We sell dreams one home at a time.
At the home show. At the home show.
The Inkwell Body Art Emporium, tattoos and body piercings by Kate. Choose from thousands of designs or have Kate design one for you. Over 8 years of professional experience, safe, clean, friendly, and affordable. And we also have a large selection of body jewelry available. Southern West Virginia's most reputable body modification specialist. The Inkwell Body Art Emporium. Welcome to your new addiction.
Fans, welcome back to AWA Apex Studio Championship Wrestling. And at this time, I'm joined here by ringside with your tag team champions, Team Gay.
We're out here because the Cubans were out here whining earlier. We're the Cubans. We want a rematch. We don't know how to fight without cheating. Well, we spent the night over at Jim Cornette's, and let me tell you, we had a very stimulating conversation with that man. And you want your rematch? You got it, honeys.
Well, fans, some strong words by the tag team champions, but right now, we've got some action right here in the ring. Fans, welcome back to AWA Apex Studio Championship Wrestling, and right now we're awaiting another exciting matchup for our TV main event. Our next contest is today's TV main event. It's scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute extended time limit. First from Lewisburg, West Virginia, weighing in at 250 pounds, the West Virginia wrestling legend, Scotty McKeever. And his opponent from Scarborough, West Virginia, weighing in at 200 pounds, the pride of the plateau, Jason Kincaid. As we await the ringing of the bell, there it is. Scotty McKeever, the West Virginia wrestling legend, facing off against the pride of the plateau right here in our TV main event. There's the first lockup, and Scotty's going from behind against Jason Kincaid. He's got him locked up. What's Jason going to do in this one? He's got him reversing there. And now Jason from behind, setting up. But Scotty retaliating with a snapmare, holding onto Jason's hair. Jason with the scissor lock right there. And Scotty quickly going over for the ropes. The ref had to break the hold. Both men quickly back up to their feet now as we await another lockup to get some action started right here in our main event. Locking up now with Scotty McKeever connecting with the hammerlock, capitalizing over Jason Kincaid, pulling so much pressure on the arm and rotator cuff of Jason Kincaid right there. The crowd so far behind the pride of the plateau, Jason Kincaid, as he's trying to break the hold with those forearms in. He does with the hammerlock of his own over Scotty McKeever. Scotty McKeever, this is basically a test of strength right now. Scotty's pulling the hair of Jason Kincaid though and pushing him back into the turnbuckle. And the ref is going to have to pull him apart, but there's a big chop from Scotty. Jason retaliates with the knife-edge chop of his own. Scotty pulling him over to the ropes, shooting him off. But Jason now with the big brutal shoulder tackle, hopping over. And there he goes with the monkey flip. He connects 1, 2. Scotty breaking it out with his boots. And now with the side headlock takeover right there in the middle of the ring. He connects with the headlock now right there in the middle of the ring over Scotty McKeever. Jason, what he's doing right now is he's trying to take out as much energy as possible over Scotty McKeever. Trying to cut off all the oxygen to his head. Scotty's back up to one knee now though, and he's got that hand connected to the back of Jason Kincaid, trying his best to break out this hold. He's up to both feet now. But still Jason Kincaid, your pride of the plateau, wrenching away. He will not let go of Scotty McKeever in this one. Not even giving him a chance. Scotty's trying his best to pull him away over towards the ropes. Jason's fighting, struggling so hard with this side headlock right now. Jason Kincaid taking as much as possible off Scotty, but Scotty throws him over the ropes. There's a leapfrog there. Jason goes for an enziguri, but Scotty reverses it. There's Jason with the schoolboy 1, 2. Such a series of reversals right there. I'm absolutely mind-boggled right here at ringside as I watch this match. Jason, after all these reversals, Jason's got Scotty somehow back in the middle of the ring with yet another side headlock. Back to where he started, trying to take out as much of the West Virginia wrestling legend, Scotty McKeever, as possible. He's got Scotty down, but Scotty's up to one knee, working his way up to both feet, and yes, he does. But still, Jason Kincaid wrenching away with all of his strength, and Scotty pulling the hair once again to break the hold and pushing Jason Kincaid into the turnbuckle. And referee Monty's going to have to break the hold, but Scotty won't back up. And now with a shoulder block right into the gut, and another brutal slap. A series of slaps right now, and now they're just trading blows, fans. Jason throwing Scotty into the middle of the ropes, and there's a beautiful back body drop from Jason Kincaid right on Scotty McKeever, hooking the leg 1, 2. Scotty powers out of that pin, but Jason's right back on top of him with the close fist punches, setting him up, He's going for the JK-47. Scotty reversed it, sent him off. But now Jason's quickly back on top of him, driving the fist into the forehead. Scotty throws him off once again, and Jason Kincaid's right quickly back on top. Jason's got this fire inside, and he wants this win over a West Virginia wrestling legend, Scotty McKeever, one of the dirtiest players in the game. Scotty reversing yet again with another slam. 1-2. Somehow Jason got the shoulder up, and now Scotty's up on the ropes. Scotty using the ropes yet again. He gained this win over Jason Kincaid. I can't believe this victory, fans. As I said, one of the dirtiest players of the game, Scotty McKeever, winning over Jason Kincaid by using the ropes. I can't believe it.
The Inkwell Body Art Emporium, tattoos and body piercings by Kate. Choose from thousands of designs or have Kate design one for you. Over 8 years of professional experience, safe, clean, friendly, and affordable. And we also have a large selection of body jewelry available. Southern West Virginia's most reputable body modification specialist. The Inkwell Body Art Emporium. Welcome to your new addiction.
Big savings sales event. The Home Show Beckley. We make owning your home affordable.
The staff of the Home Show Beckley made us feel like family. Purchasing our new home was easy and affordable. Thanks for making our dream home a reality.
Come in today and see how Home Show Beckley can make you feel right at home. The Home Show Beckley. We sell dreams one home at a time.
Fans, what an exciting show we've had here today at AWA Apex Studio Championship Wrestling. We've seen the Cuban Commandos dominating yet again in tag team action, and we saw Flex winning the upper hand over Devin Davis in a brutal matchup. But fans, this Tuesday, the Cuban Commandos will be facing Team Gay in a tag team titles match. Fans, you don't want to miss a second of AWA Apex Championship Wrestling. I'm Josh Hawkins signing off.